I love to talk about the ants. Chinaka, very insignificant creation of Allah. We brush them, we kill them. They get into our honey, and we just kill them. And sometimes they get into our sugar, and we destroy them. Sometimes we do this and that. But MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, they say, of all creation that Allah have created, the ants are the most perfect. They have the perfect legislation, the perfect way of life, harmonious way of life. If we can learn from the ants, we would be walking on earth like angels. So number one, sometimes you travel to village. If you leave the city, going to the village, you see a tall, the ant nest, the long one. It's like a skyscraper. Take your leg, stop by in your car. If you are a private driver, when you get to that ant's nest, use your leg to try to break it. If the care is not taken, you're going to become paralyzed. Because it's so hard. But how could ants build this tower? How could they do that? With their saliva. That's all. But what do? We have concrete, we have sand, we have cement, we have iron rod, yet it breaks. The ants. It's a lot of lesson in the ants. If you see that structure they build it using the sun. The sun has to be 180 degrees perpendicular to the location of the building. They don't just build. They study the sun. The rising and the setting of the sun. Because so they will not be destroyed. So if you can break it into half, you will see where the queen ant lives. Then we have where she received visitors. There is a place that when they go to forage for food, they put it there. And before they put their food down, they know that parts, they have to eat the part that grows. They chew it so it doesn't grow and destroy the house. And the same thing is true with all the legume and all the cereal. They do that. The ants, their greetings, if you can tell me how the greeting of the ants, how do they greet each other? I'll give you $1. Just one. The ants' greeting is the way they use that antenna. Okay, but the sound that they make, it is a language for the ant to know. The greeting is, have you eaten? Wallahi. You ask me how do I? No, you can hear. You hear the sound. The frequency of hearing the sound of the ant is so low that you can hear. But if there is an ant in Garki and the ant is over here, another one, if she used that antenna to make that sound, that ant in Garki will hear. Wallahi, they will hear. And the other ant will tell this particular ant, because that sound is directed to a particular ant. Abin mamaki. The ants. So they ask you, have you eaten? Anytime they meet, sometimes they crash. You see them crashing. Have you eaten? That's the first thing they say. No or yes. If you don't eat, the one that is full with food, there is a pipe at the base of the, at the back of the other ant that is full. So the other ant will go behind him and he will press his stomach for some food to go inside his brother's stomach. Na hadisin manzon Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam da yake faɗa mana cewa anyone who eats to his fill and his brother is hungry, let him take his seat over there. We don't need him around us. You eat, you full, mashallah, and your brother is hungry. The messenger said, go take your seat somewhere. You are not part of us. So that means this particular hadith, the ants are exercising it more than us. You see, sometimes you see the ants, and you see some ants with big head, black, right? Big, They look so different. Bigger ones with the dark hair. They are the security men. In every colony of the ants, they have those guys. They don't do anything, but they just go back and forth, making sure they protect the colony. If any ants come in and they don't trust that ant, they will ask him, "You live here?" "Yes." "Give us the code of entering the building." Wallahi, Jama'ah, the ant will demand for a code. "You live here? You sure? All right, what is the code?" If you don't give the code, they will decapitate you. They cut you in pieces. The male ants, they only guard. But the female, they are the ones, they have the sisters of the queen. They call them in the industry of biomimicry. They are mimicking. So the science is today mimicry of the nature. وَإِنَّ لَهُمْ فِي الْأَنْعَامِ لَإِبْرَةً. What does Allah mean by that? In the lifestyle of the cattle, they are examples for you, mankind. Allah is telling us, in their lifestyle, there are some examples that it will be good for you. Even the camel. أَفَلَا يَنْظُرُونَ إِلَى الْإِبِلِ كَيْفَ خُلِقَتْ. Allah asks, don't you look at how the camel are created? That means look again. Allah wants you to look again. The same thing applies to all the animals.